Hello and welcome back to the GorillaBiker, and today we're doing a video that I thought I'd actually be doing stuff for, but as it turns out I got plenty of questions, so I don't have to go do stuff because I have to read all these questions. So thank you for everyone who left some questions. And what are we doing? We're talking about being on YouTube for 5 years, which is actually, it's like 5 years and 6 days now. 6 days. When this airs, it'll be more than that, but anyway, that's not important. So for my 5 years, I did post up a option to ask me some questions. So for everyone who did ask questions, thank you very much. And for those people who asked questions and asked for me not to name them, no problem. We'll cover the questions and we won't name you. For anyone who didn't ask for that, I will probably call out at least part of your handle, say, but maybe not name everything if you're like a private account, just because it's the internet and people are weird. So without further ado, I want to talk a little bit about being on YouTube for this long and you know, say what it was. So I mean, for me, having been on here for 5 years, it's a long time. It's nearly the longest I've done anything in my life, including work. It will very soon be the longest I've stayed in one particular career, which is really, really cool. And you know, it means a lot that there's people who have kind of been with me from pretty much the start, who still, you know, follow along, watch everything, comment on lots of things, and you know, that means a huge amount. So if you're one of those people, thank you very much. If you're someone new here who's, you know, firmly watching every week and week in, week out, and stuck with me while I moved country, thank you very much. It does also mean a lot. So a couple of facts behind the channel. Since I started it, we have 1.735 million views, which is absolutely incredible. So thank you very, very much for that. And we have 143,617 hours watched. That's insane. Like 143,617. Let's just see. So 143,617 hours divided by 24. That is 5,984 days divided by 365. That is 16.39 years of my videos have been watched, which is absolutely insane. It blows my mind. Move you a little bit closer. You see, this is my garage hat. There's all these oily fingerprints up there. I try to keep the orange one nice, but you know. So that's kind of, even I actually didn't realize it was that many years. I looked at it recently and I kind of forgot, so I mean, that's nice. And that is phenomenal. So again, thank you to everyone who has ever contributed to that. And of course, subscribers, we're currently sitting at 9,988. I am looking at this literally live. So 9,988 subscribers is pretty phenomenal. And just last time I'll say thank you again to absolutely everyone, because I mean, the channel wouldn't be anything without all of you. So yeah. So without further ado, since YouTube is my main thing, we're going to start with the questions on YouTube. So I'm just going to go to my channel here. Yeah, I mean, like this, if you missed the questions, if I missed your question, if you sent it in too late, I do apologize, but always feel free to drop questions. I answer them in videos. So first, but definitely not least, we're going to go to Mar on YouTube, 9810, I don't mind calling that out because obviously YouTube comments are public. And he asks, comparison between living in Ireland versus the States, and or how or what got you started in biking. And I think the started in biking question comes up a few times, so obviously I have not covered that in the channel enough, so we'll go with that one. So comparison between living in Ireland and the States first off, and I'll try to keep these answers quick so this video isn't too long. Way easier cost of living wise to live here, and even right now the cost of living in the US is way higher than it has been historically. It's still better than Ireland, which makes me sad. I'm a very proud Irishman, I love Ireland. But I'm also happy to have left. I don't know will I ever go back permanently in the future, who knows. If I don't get a green card here, I might try Australia. we'll see. But yeah, comparison, honestly, it's just easier here, and the weather is obviously a lot better in North Carolina. But I mean, right now we're sitting in a garage that is attached to a house that myself and my wife can rent, working 2 normal jobs. Like, neither of us are working anything particularly special over here. I am well paid over here in comparison to at home, which does make a huge difference. But I mean, it's not like we live lavish lifestyles, but being able to, and this is kind of sad, but being able to just rent a house with a garage is kind of phenomenal. And I'm not saying that I wasn't okay at home and all that. I was. Obviously, my dad very kindly let me use one of his old sheds, but at the same time, it's not something I had earned myself, which I don't know will that make sense to everyone, but like, I have always been a very independent person. I always wanted to have something that it was mine, you know, and not from a selfish perspective, but just something that I had earned. So it's really nice that over here, doing pretty much the same job I did at home, almost exactly the same job I did at home, I can make that go a lot further, especially since, you know, outside of bikes, I don't really spend much money on stuff, so it does go a hell of a lot further here, which is very nice. And the other thing is, I have hope for the future here, which I didn't really have at home, which is sad, but it's true. So that's the main comparison, I suppose, is cost of living and hope. And I've said the hope bit before, and it makes people sad, but I mean, it's true. Editing Michael from the future here, I don't think you've ever actually seen in here, but this is it. This is where I do my editing. Watching back the video as I edited, I realized I forgot to answer the question on how I got into bikes, which was asked by multiple people, and one person who I forgot to read out his message because it was on the end of the video. One of the videos that I spoke about asking questions was Callandy, who watches and comments on pretty much every video, so definitely wanted to jump back on here and at the very least say thank you to you, Andy. So to answer the question, how I got into bikes, I've always loved anything with an engine, particularly if it went fast. I grew up watching Formula 1, MotoGP, more so Formula 1 at the start, because it was easier to watch on TV back in the day, before it went on to Sky. You know, I've been watching a long time. And just any form of motorsport really that I could watch, collecting, you know, model cars, model bikes. I still have a model Ducati at home. I think it was I can't remember the name of it now. That's going to haunt me. But I actually saw one for sale over here recently, and I really was tempted to try buy it, but I didn't, because I have enough right now. But yeah, what got me into them was just literally love of fast things with engines. You know, faster cars in Ireland became unobtainium from an insurance point of view when I actually became the age when you could own and do these things. I did actually start off in cars on the road first. I've spoken about that previously. Did dabble in, you know, some riding off-road when I was younger, but then eventually just got a bike thanks to my uncle. He sold me one of his and took off from there really. You know, was pretty comfortable on bikes very quickly. And then I think anyone who's ridden bikes will tell you that, you know, that riding a bike in comparison to driving a car, I mean, bikes are just, everyone watching this knows bikes are just special. How they make you feel and how they feel on the road, and, you know, being out in the air. I just love everything about bikes. I love working on them. I love riding them. You know, I love talking to people about them. I love making videos about them. So yeah, the passion, we'll say, has just grown and grown over the years. So I've never gotten sick of it, and I don't think I will at any time soon. So hopefully that answers the question. Next comment on YouTube was Hippodrone, sent one on Instagram, so we'll get to that in a minute. Next comment on YouTube is from a buddy of mine, Brandon Picasso, who has a great channel. He's really, I think he's made his own channel as well. Like, he's very much in his own niche right now, which is really cool. Really cool to see, and has been really cool to see him grow over the years. So go give him a follow if you don't already. And he asked, bikes you would rebuild if you had the opportunity. All of them. Without a shadow of a doubt. The Valkyrie behind me, which isn't really a rebuild. It hasn't been crashed or anything. It's just needs to freshen up. So I mean, that doesn't really count. That's just putting something back together. if I could pick one, I would probably like to rebuild like a Gixxer 1000 or BMW S1000RR or something like that for the track. Probably a Gixxer 1000, just because I'm a fan of like lower technology bikes. I feel that they're easier to fix and look after. Without going too specific into a single bike, I think something I could bring to the track and use as a track bike only. If it was rebuildable for the road, I would also try to do that. I like being able to use bikes in both places. I don't like being restricted. So hopefully that answers the question. Track bike, more than likely. And to be honest, I mean, you've definitely put me onto rebuilding kind of crash cruisers. That would be cool too. At some point, it's probably the only way I'm ever going to own an Indian or a Harley or one of the more expensive cruisers, to be quite honest with you. So maybe one of those two. Next question is from Happy Jam Days, who I think isn't anymore, but used to be a patron. So thank you very much for the support when you could do that. Much appreciated. If you had to have only one bike and money wasn't an issue, what would you have? I'm going to answer this two ways, because I obviously thought about this a lot. I think about this all the time. Unrealistic and realistic. So unrealistic, I would, if money wasn't an issue, I would do what I have always kind of said I would like to do, is I would build my own bike completely from scratch, something that was modular, something that would suit people of all sizes and shapes, because I think that's something that's missing. I know it's not exactly the easiest thing to do manufacturing wise, although Arch do kind of fit bikes to people, so maybe I would buy an Arch. And then realistically, if money was no issue in the realm of like, you know, being comfortable in modern times, a brand new Aprilia Tuono V4 factory, without a shadow of a doubt. I love those bikes and I would love to own one day, so we'll see. Would it be the only bike? Yeah, probably the Tuono, Mark Fortin, who comments on pretty much all my videos, I think, so thank you, Mark. Much appreciate that support. Comments are the lifeblood of the channel, people. Please do leave them if you have a question ever. I really like getting them, and they do. I mean, it's why I make YouTube videos still. I don't do it for money or whatever else. I do it for, you know, the interaction. And this is probably a bit late here, but do you think the Valkyrie will fill the void left by the Magna? No. I think about the Magna daily. I really miss that bike. I still have plans on how I want to restore it and everything else, which I still own the Magna, by the way, for anyone who didn't know that. So one day I would expect that I will go back or bring it here and just get it the way I want it. But maybe, I don't know. I don't expect it to. But I mean, out of all of the bikes that I have bought or owned over here, I think obviously the Valkyrie is the one that's kind of closest to the Magna in terms of design and use case and whatnot. So maybe stay tuned and see. There's a little plug for my own channel. Then we'll go to Facebook, because there was only one question on Facebook, and that's from Alexander. Alexander's another long-time supporter. Thank you very much, Alexander. And I do recognize everyone's names, by the way. For people who think I might not, I do know who the people who have been around are. And I do really like to see people who kind of stick around for a long time. It's really cool. And he asked, do I still have the SRAD? Yes, the SRAD and the Magna were two bikes I said I would never sell, and I meant it. So yeah, I'll definitely be doing something with those in the future. If I get a green card to stay in America long term, I'll probably ship them over here. Not probably, I definitely ship them over here. Or if not, I mean, I'll have to go home after my visa expires in 2027. So then I would obviously be back to doing stuff with those bikes too. MotoCAD on Instagram, did you make the right decision regarding America? I think so. I am not unhappy to be here. I think moving country is always difficult. You lose your support network that you're used to at home. You lose your friends network that you're used to having at home. Obviously me, I had to get all my tools again that I couldn't ship with me. I had to buy bikes again. You have to get your licenses again. It is not an easy thing to do, to move country. It is very difficult, very stressful at times. But I do think now that the kind of first year is over, where you're just getting everything sorted, I still think, me, myself and my wife Toaster, as we call her on the channel, think we made the right decision to move over here. Again, from a kind of a future perspective, I think there's a lot more opportunities here than in Ireland. Plus, we both like to travel in America. You don't have to get on a plane to travel. I hate planes passionately. So, yeah, definitely made the right decision. Planes, by the way, I mean, it still astounds me that humans developed such a cool thing as being able to fly as humans, and then we ruined it. Like, we made it one of the most miserable experiences that you can possibly have. Jay Sherman, hey Jay. Jay is another long time person on the channel. What has been your favorite motorcycle during this 5-year period? Honestly, probably an easy answer, the Magna. I just love that bike. If Honda were to make a Magna that, you know, had modern suspension, modern brakes, but had that V4 engine, it doesn't need more power, it doesn't need more torque, it doesn't need to be heavier. Just make it kind of modern. I think that bike would sell like hotcakes, and I would buy one in a heartbeat. A close second is definitely the Z900RS. I really like that bike. It was very fun on track. And it's very comfortable actually for a tall person, which is surprising, and it looks fantastic. I really do love the Z900RS. Those would be the top two, I suppose, and then definitely a close third would be the GSX-R 750. And I do want to cover off this question because I know I've answered the kind of 3 bikes that I don't use every day. I used the CBF 1000 every day. I used the Phaser 600 every day on the channel. I used the V-Strom pretty much every day. So obviously those also have a place in my heart, but I don't know, is it familiarity? Because they're just, I take them for granted nearly or whatever else, but definitely the bikes that I think about more are you know, the 3 that I mentioned. Volts, good old Volts. I do love Mr. Volts, great guy. Hopefully I'll be back up to you very soon on the bikes, and maybe Toaster will come. He asked, and I suppose this is in relation to the Z900RS, in your opinion, would it be worth forking extra dollars for the SE version of the Z900RS? Unless you're kind of outside the bell curve of humans like myself, absolutely. I think getting that upgraded suspension and whatever else, and the colours, 100%. If I wasn't the size that I am, I would have went for the SE at some point in the future. As it stands, for someone who's outside of the bell curve, if you're going to have to put, you know, money into the suspension and whatnot anyway, then probably not. I don't think there's, like, as soon as you remove those suspension components, you're not exactly back to the normal RS, but you're close enough that I don't think it would make any difference. So hopefully that answers the question. Volts again, for a non-bike related question, what would be the ideal direction your channel can take? I would like more views and comments again. I think that's dropped off in the last year to 2 years. I don't know, maybe it's just my perception, but views definitely have, which has been all over YouTube, so I don't really worry about it. Honestly, I don't really care about, you know, a big subscriber number, unless it helps with one thing I'll mention in a second. And I definitely don't care about money because I hate to put it like this, but like, I can't be bought from a product's perspective. You know, this channel is something I am incredibly proud of that I did, and it's something that I'm you know, incredibly proud of that it's been always the same. The intent was always just bikes, being, you know, completely honest about things and just showing bikes for what they are, what they could be, etc. And, you know, possibly helping people with maintenance, possibly helping people learn to ride bikes, possibly helping people with XYZ. That's something I'm very proud of, and it's something that I really did set out to do. You know, the other part of it was I obviously set out to be able to speak to people better, to be able to communicate better, because I really wasn't good at doing that. When I did start the channel, get me out of my shell a little bit, which I feel has worked too. So where it goes, honestly, just more of the same for me. I would like to definitely get back to doing bike reviews, but I obviously need support from people who can give me bikes to do bike reviews. I don't have enough spare cash to rent them to do them right now, maybe in the future. But definitely just do more bike stuff, more travel. The direction the channel would take is definitely if I could do bigger bike travel. But at the moment, I mean, I'm tied into where I am until I get a green card, which means I'm probably going to be limited with the amount of time I can spend on the channel, at least until 2027, which is fine. Sacrifices that I made you know, I was okay making those sacrifices because it's something I really wanted to do, was move country. So, but yeah, the direction it can take, definitely get more views with comments. I don't just want views, I want people actually interacting with the content, being engaged by the content, because I don't I'm not really a YouTuber per se. I like bikes and I like talking to people about bikes, and that was the purpose of this channel in the first place. And yeah, I would also like to do more bike kind of refreshes like the Valkyrie and like I did with the Gixxer and stuff. But those also require time and money. So we'll see. At the moment though, I'm not unhappy with where the channel is in regards to the kind of blend of content I get to make. A lot of it is definitely either driven by my free time or driven by the amount of spare cash I have to do projects that I have in mind. I have so many ideas, I just haven't done them yet, if that makes sense. And yeah, to shout out one company, GorillaBiker, who did send me those side cases for review. That's something I would like to do. There was no strings attached to that review. Very happy with those boxes. I still use them all the time. Obviously, they're on the V-Strom and it's my daily. So that's something that also, if the opportunity came for like more no strings attached reviews, that's something definitely that I would be interested in doing. And again, thumbs up to GorillaBiker for being like a straight up company and not trying to tie a load of, you need to say it's a good product to their product, because I wouldn't have done it, to be quite honest with you. This is someone who does not want to be named. Never mind, I've already responded to that one. This is Chunky Mitts, who you might all know from former track day videos. He probably thought I wasn't going to read this out, but yes I am. If you had to, would you rather suck your mother or father's toes? You are a disgusting human being, Aiden. That's all I'm going to say. Neither. I would sooner die. I'm not a fan of feet. No. The next question is from Hippodrones. Again, Hippodrone actually on Instagram, 247. But Hippodrones is a channel I have watched since pretty much I got on YouTube myself. One of those really good side effects of becoming a moto vlogger is you end up just, whatever it is, the algorithm, whatever else it is, the stuff you're following is, I discovered him and we are now friends. I've even met him in real life and it was great. So yeah, also go follow him. And he asked, what's been your favorite video, favorite ride, and favorite bike over the time you've been a YouTuber? I think I've answered the bike question. Favorite video and favorite ride. I don't think I have a single video. I think it has to be a series for both the video and the ride together. And that's probably been, even though it wasn't a particularly beautiful ride or whatever else, is definitely when I bought the Aprilia Falco in Germany and rode it all the way back to Ireland. Number one, because like I said at the time, that was kind of a test for myself. It's something after COVID and whatnot, I really felt like I needed to just go do something, which I did. Definitely outside my comfort zone, definitely something that challenged me as a human. I mean, from a content creation perspective, it wasn't that difficult to record the way I recorded. But definitely that video series is something I'm super proud of. And I mean, again, that ride, because part of it was so bloody difficult, it kind of proved some stuff to me, that I could push through some pretty dodgy moments and get there. So I mean, that was definitely a part of it. Plus I got to meet you, which is hilarious that question matches up. And I'm not lying, that is literally, if it'll focus, that is literally the question that he asked. So I didn't make that up. But yeah, that series that I rode the Falco home, got to meet you, and obviously got the Aprilia Falco out of it because I loved that bike and I wish I hadn't had to sell it. That's probably it. This is from my friend Darren. On a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you enjoy the vibration of the bikes on your sphincter? 10. Easy answer. This is again from Darren. Why do bikes go brum brum instead of broom broom broom? That's throttle control. Someone could make their bike go broom broom broom, but generally people just go brum brum. I think that's straightforward. Kawasaki. How the fudge has it been 5 years? I literally was asking myself that not so long ago. Difficult one to answer. I don't know. Time flies. COVID definitely broke my sense of time. It's been insane. I don't know how it's been 5 years. I don't know how I've stuck with this 5 years. I don't usually stick with things this long. Insane. And again from Kawasaki, what's your greatest and most favoritist video featuring geese missing keys or not? Totally up to you. So for people who have not seen that, me and Kawasaki did a couple of videos previously, which I wish we'd get to revisit and do more videos, but he went and like moved house and became a proper adult and had another kid and stuff, so ridiculous. Sort your stuff out, Kawasaki, and come over here. You can borrow a bike and we'll go right places. I'm serious. But that video was very funny. He did steal my keys. I didn't realize he'd stole my keys, and there was some very angry, shouty geese. It was a fun time. I'll leave a link there and you can watch it.
Oh my god, Kaz, there's so many geese.
How many geese?
There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. I'm counting 19, Kaz.
19 geese?
19 geese!
That's not a lot of geese.
That's so many geese! That's like more than...
What did you say to them? Listen to them now. What do you have to say to them?
I told them their feathers. I told them their feathers are lovely.
This is someone who I will not name. What's the plan for the next 5 years? That's a big question. Kind of the same as what Volts asked, really. More the same. More of the stuff that I haven't gotten to do much recently. More trips, way more trips, way more trips. Just more bike stuff in general, I suppose. That would be the answer. Is I'm not really concerned about growth. I've already gotten to a point that I literally never imagined I would get to on YouTube with nearly 10,000 subscribers. And if we hit the 10,000 subscribers, I might just quit YouTube because I've kind of completed it. You know what I mean? I never thought I could hit 1,000. I really didn't think I'd ever get to 10,000. It's insane, especially when you compare it to other people who I think are really good creators who are nowhere near 10K and have been over. Have been making videos even longer than I have and have not got there. It's like, why? What am I doing that I don't know? I don't know how I've gotten this far. So I don't know. More. What I said to Volts. Again, I won't name this particular person. Has making YouTube videos for 5 years changed your perspective on motorbikes? No. I think I loved them before. I love them now. I love the variation on motorbikes. I love all motorbikes, whether it be a cruiser, an adventure bike, a retro classic-y sports bike, or an actual retro UGM. I love all bikes. But it has changed my perspective on people. When I went into YouTube, I kind of had not had a good time in school. Really wasn't a fan of people, and I think YouTube weirdly showed me that most people are actually pretty decent. Definitely has changed my worldview. I'm a lot more comfortable traveling now, a lot more comfortable talking to people. So it didn't change my perspective on motorbikes though, because they were already fantastic. Next question from the same person, who I won't name. How many comments have you replied to in 5 years? I'll actually go see, can I find that in YouTube? I don't know, can I? But we'll check really quick. Okay, I cannot find that. I don't think it's available. If I find it later, I'll put it here somewhere. A lot though. I know 1 year when YouTube gives you the 1 year roundup, it was like 20,000. 20,000 comments, I think. So, and I do reply to pretty much every single comment. So a lot. I've replied to a lot of comments and I love them. I love comments. It's why I make these videos. So please do keep leaving them. Are you going to do a sticker giveaway when you reach 10K? Sure, why not? I actually have spare stickers in there. The one thing I will say is I have sent some to people recently and they have not got there, so I need to figure that out first and see, do I just spend considerably more money sending them, but we'll figure that one out. But yeah, why not? Other giveaways, honestly, I'm not like other channels. I don't have a vast amount of spare money. I would love to give away more stuff. Let's figure that one out, whether it be a gift card or a hat or a hoodie or something. We'll figure it out. We'll give away something for sure. Same person as the last person, also who's a private account, so we won't name them. I know these people. Where would be your ultimate place to make a biking video? That's a really hard one. That's a very hard one. Probably somewhere like what Teapot 1 has gone to. Somewhere just like crazy beautiful mountainy, that's also warm. there's so many places I want to make videos, you know, like any of the mountainous parts of America, the Dolomites, in Italy, most of Spain, Germany, Norway. I'd love to go to Norway, you know, Sweden, Finland. I'd love to make videos there. Japan, I would love to visit Japan and make videos there. Australia, with all my Australian friends. It's the first question I don't think I can answer. I don't know. There's too many places to pick from, to be quite honest. Another question: what was your favorite to make? I think I've answered that already. The series, writing back from Germany. This is from Alex. Alex, I won't say your full handle because I don't think you have like a public account. Say, what have you learned about motovlog setups in 5 years? That's a good question. They're a pain in the ass, to be quite honest. There's no single solution that works really well. I still use the external audio recorder when I'm on the bike, just because it's the only thing that has been 100%. I cut back in, my camera stopped recording. That means this is a long video. Yeah, but the external audio recorder is the only thing that's been, you know, 100% bulletproof while I've been using it. I've seen so many people have issues with GoPro audio that I don't even want to chance it, because it's an expensive setup to test, and I don't really want to test something. I want something that works. But yeah, I'm gonna say moto vlogging, because in the garage it's a lot easier. You just get a good camera, then you can hook up decent audio to it. Lighting, pain in the ass in the garage, and also sound, but you know, this comes with the territory. I will say more cameras does not equal more happy viewers. You know, even when I've had the 3 camera setup on bikes, it never seems to make a difference. So I think if you want to start doing it, just get yourself a camera that can shoot footage well, whether it be a DJI Action cam, or it be a GoPro, or it be an Insta360 or something. It doesn't matter. Shoot from your helmet if you can. Chin mount seems to be everyone's preference, and I think personally it looks the best. And get yourself an external audio recorder that records decent audio, because audio is the difference. Any videos that I've ever had issues with audio get way less viewers, and they also watch for a lot less time during the video. So that's the biggest thing, is get your audio right. Audio is key. And I mean, also, if you really want to chase subscribers, you can see on my videos, I mean, no one's interested in poor Stromboli here except me. I love the V-Strom, but people don't click on videos with the V-Strom in it for some reason. People just don't like V-Stroms. So that's one thing. And then Ivor, Hardy Ivor. Maybe I shouldn't have said your full handle out loud, but there we go. When are you going to get a real retro bike, a ZRX-1200R? I would love a ZRX-1200R, but not in the plans right now. There's actually no new bikes, believe it or not, in the plans right now. I'm quite happy with the selection I got. I have a lot of parts I want to fit to the Z900RS, and obviously I need to do a lot of work to the Valkyrie. So right now, that's it. That's what I want to get right. I want to do right by those bikes, get them to where I want them to be. So no plans currently to buy another bike, we'll put it that way. And a real retro, I mean, there's a CB750 over there. I don't think it gets more retro than something that's actually from the 90s. And I have an 80s bike at home still, the Magna, and I have the GSX-R at home in Ireland still. So I think I already own a real retro bike. Yeah, I think that covers it off. So if you left a question, thank you very, 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 very much. If you have any extra questions you want to ask, please leave them in the comments. And if you have supported for a day, a week, a month, a year, or 5 years, I really appreciate it. I watch a lot of YouTube myself, so I understand the time investment it is, and that you choose to click on my videos and give them your time means the world to me. I really do appreciate it, and it's cool. It's just cool that there's a lot of people who actually, for some reason, are interested in the stupid stuff I'm doing with bikes and working on my bikes and whatnot. I never thought I'd actually definitely not get this far. Like 1.7 million views. That's absurd, you know, because it has all been me. I have always done all my own editing. I have occasionally had help on the camera from, you know, Jason, Toaster, or Big J, sorry, need to give you a proper title. My brother helped me a couple of times. I think that was about it, really. So, and of course, people have helped me along the way. My uncle with the GSX-R. While that bike needed work, he gave it to me, which I never would have been able to do that on the channel without him, so massive thank you to him. obviously Alex Grom Trooper, who gave me the opportunity to buy the Valkyrie from him. Massive thank you to him too. And just anyone else who's given me any help in between, you know, whether it be Chris up in Mondello, you know, give me pointers on the track and whatever else. It all kind of adds together and makes this whole thing what it is, you know. I feel that if someone was to go back and start from the very start of my videos and work their way through, they would see an interesting progression. I don't know, I never watch my videos after I edit them. I hate the sound of my own voice, like genuinely hate it. I will leave a room if someone plays one of my videos and I can hear it. But yeah, that's it really. I don't think I have anything else to say other than thank you again. And yeah, as always, I will say a very special thank you to all of my patrons, both current, past, or future. I do really appreciate all the support you've given me over the years. Patrons, not something I ever really thought about doing until I was bullied into it by Hatter. But it's something that has supported me in, you know, even getting the skid plate for the V-Strom, getting the rear rack for the Z900RS, and I'm currently saving up for something else parts wise, which, like the rear rack for the Z900RS I put to a vote. The next thing I would probably be putting to a vote too. But for people who don't know, that support genuinely has meant, you know, that I could not only get stuff from my bikes but also turn that into videos for the channel. That has helped people because I've had questions on that stuff then in the past, which is really cool. And yeah, that's it. If you watch this far, you're a saint, because I feel like this is going to be long. I need a drink of water because I've been talking for a long time. And yeah, until next time, and thankfully there will be a next time, because I do not plan on stopping making videos anytime soon. Like I said, I have so many ideas that I hope to get to. Yeah, adios. Outro crew. I suppose I better do this even on this video that's already way too long. What's been your favorite video and favorite bike on the channel, and favorite destination? Say those three: favorite bike, favorite video, favorite destination I've been to on the channel in the 5 years. And also drop a comment on how long you've been watching. That'd be really cool. Yeah, bye outro crew.